What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm BT22 and today we're coming at you with another video, still from our hospital room here, from having our third child, our first baby girl. So thank you guys for continuing to watch these videos, even though we're in a different location and obviously the quality is not as good. But we appreciate your guys' support, and as always, in checking out the videos, and hopefully this will be the last one from the hospital room. But we have a hobby news for the Digimon TCG. We have a little bit of news here. We got new product information for BT22 Cyber Eden, as well as they put up the card list for the Ultimate Cup Season 1. We already know what these cards are, but it just gives you a better look here. And we can take a look here at the Ultimate Cup cards here: Shoutmon X4, and Superior Mode, that being your top 16, and Superior Mode being your winner pack. Shoutmon's the participation card, and it's actually more expensive than X4 right now. X4 is, like, I think capping out around $30-40, whereas Shoutmon is way up there, and hopefully come down soon. But hey, if you enjoyed this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. Yeah, and so unfortunately, like, I got another Ultimate Cup in July. I managed to get top 16 at my first one, so I got one of each of these cards. But there's only one other chance for me as an online player to get a copy of these cards, and that's in July, because they've only done 2 online Ultimate Cups this wave before we get into Wave 2. So that's unfortunate. Hopefully Wave 2 will have more. It would have been nice to at least get 3 online cups. That way you could almost get a playset, and then you only have to pick up 1 of each. But unfortunately, that's not the way it is. It's very limited, although people who go to regionals, in-person regionals, have another chance at getting it, because this is a side event for that. So there's that as well. So I expect the price for Shoutmon to drop down drastically, and we maybe address that in a future market analysis to see what's going on here. But yeah, and hopefully, I've already picked up another Shoutmon X4, and I got a friend who's going to get me a Shoutmon. So then really, I only if I can get I'll get participation, and I'll get if I can get top 16 at the next Ultimate Cup. I really only need to pick up 1 more of each, so that's kind of cool. But let's get back to the main page, because we're here to talk mostly about Cyber Eden, BT22, the new set here. So you can see the new product page. Now, this isn't the points list. Hopefully we'll have a points list for EX9 coming out within the next week, because we're going to be in June, starting in the next week. And then we're less than a month away from EX9. It might be the week after. We'll have to wait and see. I think most of the card reveals are done. And then, so Cyber Eden, obviously based around the video game Cyber Sleuth or Hacker's Memory. I never got to play Hacker's Memory. I still have it. It's on my list of games to play. But I did finish Cyber Sleuth. And you can see a lot of the characters here from Cyber Sleuth. You got Nokia Shiramine, and you have the Diaboromon Tamer. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. But yeah, he was the Diaboromon Tamer. He was in the game. So we're obviously getting new versions of them. Now, this one's interesting, too, because Takumi Aiba, I think, was the main character that you could play as, the male version, because I think you could also play as a girl version. So it looks like this one, that you're going to have the girl version of Aiba. So I don't know if they're going to not have another reprint of, him in this set. But we're getting reprints of the side characters, so it'll be interesting to see if we get a reprint of him or not, like a new version of him. But we'll get a version of his girl counterpart that you can play as. So that's kind of interesting. And it looks like we're going to be getting a bunch of super tamers again. I've seen reveals for these 2, and they're both supers. So we're probably going to be getting like the supers, and they're going to be alts as well for all those tamers. So it'll be kind of interesting how they're going with making the tamer cards really important in these new sets, now that we've got to the unification. So the release date, pre-release date, July 18th, right after EX9. Release date's July 25th, so the end of July. So this is coming out basically a month after EX9, so a really short window. I was kind of hoping they wouldn't do this, that they get away from this. Like, they've definitely spaced out the BT sets, but I think they're trying to push way too much EX in the year. Usually they only used to ever push 2 sets, and now it looks like they're trying to push 3, which I think is way too much. I think they should just go back to the old format. Let me know what you guys think of it. Just an extra EX set is just, I think, a little bit too much, but still looking at $5.99 MSRP, which nobody gets that price. A booster box would be cheap. Then 12 packs would be $120 would be a booster, which would be nice, but never gonna happen. And then same thing, 12 cards, 24 packs, same number card count. You got 40. I think it says 107, but it's actually 102 because special cards are gonna be at low pull rates. So you got 40 commons, 26 uncommons, 22 rares, 12 supers like usual, 2 secrets, and then the 5 low pull rates. So again, probably 4 of those supers are getting an SP card, and potentially one of the secrets might get a basically an English exclusive alt art, which is the double star. So we'll have to wait and see for that, but I expect this to come up real soon, like around the end of June. We'll start seeing reveals for this, right as EX9 is on on our doorsteps, and of course, also includes alternate arts and other types of designs. So that's really all we have. July 25th, Cyber Eden. We don't really know much yet. I was hoping for more news, but they've been really slow on the news lately. I've been hoping for, we know what the Ultimate Cup Season 2 is going to look like and what the regionals is going to look like. So far, again, Ultimate Cup Season 2, we have no online tournaments, so we're really kind of, they're saying that online coming soon. So we're going to get online events. But as for the regionals Season 2, we haven't seen that. Any more information on that either. We haven't seen just Gen Con, in-person Gen Con at Indiana. So I was hoping that we would get some Gen Con online tournaments. This is our last week for that to happen, because if they're going to open up August, if they're going to open up August events starting May 25th, which is actually tomorrow. So I think we've already passed it. Tomorrow, you can start, applying for those events, unless of course they do what they kind of did with the other events, which is when they announced them, you could literally apply at the same time. So I think that could be a thing, but I'm hoping they do some online Gen Con events, because it'd be nice to get some of this stuff, or do like a Wave 1 Ultimate Cup would also be cool. We don't know what the event pack curtails yet. We know all the cards from this regional set, so hopefully we get some online events soon. Again, very disappointed this year with the amount of stuff they're giving us. It feels like they're really shorting us on a lot of stuff as online players, and really they're not doing much more. It's like, they're not doing many more in-person events. If they're not really doing more in-person events, if they are, they're doing like one more, and that's it. So potentially, and we're losing 2 to 3 online events. So definitely the love for Digimon from Bandai has kind of been slipping, even though we did get through this big global unification program that they really had to do, and then they just start throwing shade at the game. So that's unfortunate, but hopefully we'll see a change in Season 2. Maybe, they just had a big slate with all the stuff they did last year, and they kind of just left things a little quieter for Season 1. But I'm hoping Season 2 has a lot more events in it and a lot more chances to get these cool prizing at a decent price, rather than have to pay tons, because that's the other thing. If there's less online events and less in-person events, you're going to see the prices of those tournament cards stay high. So for people who want to collect them, who maybe only get to go to 1 online regionals or 2, they're going to have to pay more, which is unfortunate. Good for sellers, so good for people who like making money off the card game. Bad for collectors. But anyways, that looks to be it for what we have to talk about. What are your thoughts on Cyber Eden? What are your thoughts on the Ultimate Cup Season 1 and Season 2, as well as Regional Season 1, Season 2? Are you satisfied with how they've been doing things, or are you really hoping that we have a better Season 2? and what's going to be the future of the game. What are box toppers going to look like? What are we waiting for? And when are we going to see some more news on EX9, on BT22, as we're only a month out from one set and 2 months from the next. Tell me what you guys think below, and looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. That's all for now, folks.